Hey, Brendan, how's it going?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
So today we're going to talk about a topic which has long been a thorn in my side, and this is new pages that I'm posting on my website are not being indexed by Google. And of course, it's frustrating because you put all this time and energy into creating content, and then Google's not picking it up, so nobody's going to find it. So I thought, first of all, maybe you could explain to us a little bit about indexing, what it is.
Yeah, so indexing is what any search engine does to get a page in their index, to get it on the search engine. So in the case of Google, Google would index a page. It means they take a page from your website and they put it into their search database, if you will, so that it comes up when people are searching for a keyword or whatever may be relevant to that page. Without getting super technical, the way they do it is they have what are called spiders that are basically computers that crawl around the internet, and they crawl through your website and they try to find pages that they think are new and relevant and high quality pages that they should include in their index. I've read varying numbers, Mike. I've read anywhere from as low as 10% to as high as 50% of pages on the web are actually not indexed by search engines. And that's because for whatever reason, the search engine deems that page should not be something worth putting into their index.
Got it. So if someone has posted a page and it's not being indexed, what are sort of some of the what's the checklist of things that you go through to figure it out?
Yeah, there's some easy stuff, Mike, and then there's some more obscure stuff. So we'll kind of cover the easier stuff today, the non super technical stuff. But first question, really what you're looking at is you're looking at two main questions. The first one is this page set up in a way that makes it friendly for Google, right? So do my meta robot tags allow Google to come to this page and crawl it? Does it load quickly? Does it have, proper HTML structure? Does it have clear headings and titles? And is it clear for Google to figure out what the page is about? Is the content unique? Is the content beneficial or relevant? Is it long enough? All the kind of things that go into just having a quality website, web page, and web content are kind of the first tier of things that we look at. And then the second tier of things are, how do we convince Google, if we've checked that first box, how do we convince Google that, hey, come to this page and come see it? And that's where, having the page be navigable through your website, having it be part of your sitemap or your site index, and then sometimes even building some third-party external links to the page can come in handy, because even if you have a good page, sometimes you have to convince Google that it's a good page. And so that second tier is kind of what we do to, if we've checked all the first boxes, to kind of tell Google to index it. Now, beyond that, there's tons of unique scenarios. Is your site penalized? Have you been penalized in the past? What's your spam score for your website? What's your domain authority? So if your domain authority is higher, there's a higher chance that page will get indexed and get indexed quicker. There's tons of additional little micro things that can go into it. But for a webmaster, the two big categories, again, are just making sure that you have a good page, good information, good content, good site structure, and then making sure that Google can get to that page, crawl it, and maybe get a link or two going to that page.
Yeah. So just to recap, so step one is good quality page. Don't post a page with a couple sentences on it. It might not even get indexed at all.
Yep,
Um,
exactly.
and then, so assuming you've put really good quality content out there, then make sure that, you don't have anything still sort of silly on the back end, like no indexing turned on your website. Your page is crawlable.
Yeah, or maybe you inadvertently have a bunch of junk links on there, or maybe you have a WordPress site that you haven't updated, you don't realize it was hacked, and there's a link to an adult website on there or something that you didn't realize was there. There's tons of nuances, but very high level, yeah. If you're putting out a good page, good content, and you're doing all the common sense good things for SEO, there's a very good chance that Google will come to that page and index it for you.
And if you've checked both of those big boxes, then we have Google Search Console, right?
We do. So you can submit a URL to Google that kind of tells them, hey, this page is here, come take a look at it. Because it doesn't guarantee it's going to get indexed. It's just kind of a way of alerting Google, if you will, that you have a page. And then you can obviously go into the Search Console and start doing some diagnostics, look for errors and problems and things that maybe Google is alerting you to as to why they're not indexing certain pages on your website.
Great. And then a couple specific suggestions I just want to touch on, because you've suggested them to me over the years. One is you've done all that stuff. You submitted your page to the Google Search Console. You suggested getting a link or two to the site. How does that help?
Yeah, getting a link or two helps a lot because it helps in a couple different ways. One, it's another way for Google to find that page. So as their spiders are crawling the web, let's say you get a link from, Reddit, let's say, that spider is going to crawl Reddit with very high frequency because that's a very high DA website. And that spider is going to follow that link to your website. And so if Google sees that, hey, there's 2 or 3 sites or, more, ultimately more is better within reason. But if there's at least 2 or 3 sites that are linking to that page, going to kind of increase the chances of Google actually indexing it. Also passes a little bit of link juice to that page. So the actual authority of that page itself will go from being 0 to maybe 2 or 3 or 4, which might be enough of a boost to tell Google to index it.
And then the other thing that you suggested to me was outbound links from the page, maybe being spammy or sent to low quality sites. What's your recommendation there?
Yeah, just be careful who you link to because ultimately, I always tell people a link is kind of an endorsement or a referral for that website. So if you're linking out from your website to another website, you want to make sure that it's something that you would recommend to your friends or family. So if you have some spammy links on there or things that maybe don't meet Google's quality, either take them off or make them no follow. And that'll help kind of boost the quality of your page in Google's eyes. And they'll say, hey, this is a good quality page on a good quality website that's not linking to questionable websites.
Great. Well, if you're watching this video and you're having problems with your pages on your website, getting indexed, reach out, give us a call, and we'll try to help you out. Thanks, Brennan.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Mike.